Hello everyone, this is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I thought I would just go over my first experience with New Look 6762 View E and tell you what I did and go from there. I traced it, the large size. So I should have 4 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 4 pieces. There's a back, a front, the sleeves, and the neck. And this is my result. Now, I'm going to tell you some things I did. I can tell right here, I stretched this neckline and made it into a stretched out neckline. Maybe I could just like pull this down here together and do some kind of little stitching here and then maybe do, I don't know. I could do that and just put a few tacks in it. So I have a smoother neckline. I could fix it like that. That would be an easy fix. Just pull this down here. Put a couple pins in it and call it good. So let me tell you what I did. I traced it in a large and I did a full bust adjustment on the front and I went out a good bit, 1.5 inches on the sides after the full bust adjustment. When you do the full bust adjustment, you split your pattern. And what it does, here's what I did. I've added 1/2 inch right here. And when you do that and you open that space up, it pulls the side up a little bit. So then you have to cut here, bring this back down to your hem and put a little piece in there. And so it does widen it a little bit at the waistline, but you can see this was my original line here, and I added about 1.5 inches. And I still think I would like it looser on my tummy than it is, but I guess it looks okay. Yeah, it looks okay. And if I can fix this problem here, that might be all right. My hemming really kind of stinks. I use the regular sewing machine for the hems and the top stitching here. The only thread I had that was anywhere in the color range of what's in the background was a kind of a deep navy. So you can see it when it goes over. And when you're sewing on knits, you want to use a zigzag on your regular sewing machine. So you can do knits on the sewing machine. I did use my serger for everything on this. I'm just learning knits. I'm just learning to use the serger to sew knits up. So I feel like I have a whole bunch of learning curves together, but this isn't bad for my first semi-successful top. I thought about maybe trying for the large, because if you look at these pattern pieces, what happens is this piece is here. So this doesn't even come all the way up to your shoulder. And then the sleeves are weird. Let me show you the sleeve piece. The sleeve is like this. And it's got this V, and you're supposed to put a dart in here, like so. You would stitch along there, and that forms this little, it's hard to see here. That's what's making that little pointy thing on my shoulder right here. You can kind of see it. That's actually on the sleeve. So the sleeve comes up and is actually the neck thing, sews along the sleeve and down the front and over this other sleeve and to the back. It's got some shoulder issues, and I don't know if I step up and I go to the extra large, if this would alleviate some of this. It seems to fit really good through the bust line, but I think the sleeves are having some issues. But I kind of like the length of it. Sorry for all the up and down. The length is okay. And I love this fabric. And the back looks okay. So I don't know. I might try it again and see if I can keep from stretching the neckline so much. So not too bad. What else? I did a 1/2 inch full bust adjustment on here. That just opens this up and gives you a little bit more room in your chest area. But I'm going to look and see if there's instructions on what to do with knit fabrics, because the tutorial I followed was by Karina at Lifting Pins and Needles. And that instruction, I noticed after I listened to it the 3rd time, she said it was to do for on a woven top. I want to see if she has one to maybe do for a knit top. When you're sewing with knits, you have what's called negative ease because knits have stretch. So your finished measurements are usually right equal to or maybe even less than your body measurements. That's why your measurements is where you need to start. Don't ever buy a pattern in your size that you buy at the store. It's not going to work very well at all. You'll have even more of a nightmare. So measure yourself. Check with that particular pattern company's block their measurement guide. Yeah, I just don't know how loose these sleeves are supposed to. They seem to fit fine. If I step up to the large, are they going to be too big? I don't know. I might trace out the large and do the full bust adjustment on the large and just see how much difference there would be. This shirt took me less than an hour to actually sew together. What took all the time was making the changes to the front bodice piece. So I'm thinking on it. I don't know. It's once you know how to do this, it's pretty easy to do. What I should have done is measured to see where it actually was and then add to that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just playing. And this was my first pattern from my 99-cent new look pattern challenge that I'm doing for myself. I figured that this is the best way for me to at least try these patterns. So I'm going to put today's date on view E, which is 4/25/2024. I'll just make a note on here like that. And I might write some other notes up about what I did. And I've got a notebook that I do all of that in. And I got this here sample I can put in my little notebook. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you guys. And I'm just getting this whole sewing with knits is a real challenge for me. I'm a woven kind of girl. Hi, Heather. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Angie. Hi, Joyce. Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Vicky, guess what I got in the mail? Sock needles in a 2. Oh, all right, guys. I'm going to let you go. This is my mother-in-law again. Bye. Oh, gosh. Hello? Hello?